Welcome to Fearox Frank Reviews, and today is my first review, and this is my first movie I'm going to review. It is the 1989 film Kickboxer, starring Jean-Claude Van Damme, and I'm going to rip into it, or at least try to rip into it though. I know a lot of people really like this movie, and this movie does have a lot of fans in a sense, but this movie takes place in somehow an alternate universe where rules and reality rules do not apply to it whatsoever. Because had reality rules would apply to it, the villain of the movie would have been arrested, tried, convicted, and tossed in jail for attempted murder. And the people who run the organization where he fights in, again, they should have been arrested themselves too. But in this film's universe, nope. Foreign land, foreign rules. Bullshit. I'm pretty sure that a lot of people will be screaming around the world saying, throw these people in jail. That's if this film was set in reality, but it's not. This is a fictional world. Now, the movie is about kickboxing, right? Well, not really. It's actually trying to explain the origin of kickboxing, which it does very poorly. So it tries to explain the origins of Muay Thai kickboxing. Again, done very poorly. I'm being very sarcastic about the whole thing. As you see, I'm basically trying to smile because right now, deep inside, I'm fucking enraged. See? I'm being very calm and collective about it. I can't really hold it in. Now, like I said, this movie was supposed to be about kickboxing, so that went out the window. So, alright, now it's about Muay Thai. Again, that went out the window. So what does this movie do exactly? What's the fighting system that's in this movie? Well, it's not kickboxing, and it's not Muay Thai. It's basically Van Damme's fighting style from Bloodsport. I guess in a sense, this may have been a sequel to Bloodsport, but they turned it into a kickboxing movie, which that's not how kickboxing works. I mean, everything that Van Damme does in this movie, that's not how kickboxing works. At least over in Thailand, at least. Well, let's get one thing straight. Muay Thai, what is Muay Thai? Muay Thai is a martial arts system from Thailand. Exactly. It's known as the science of 8 limbs. It is a very deadly martial arts style. It's a very deadly striking style. And if you're a fan of mixed martial arts or current day kickboxing, it's basically the go-to stand-up style that they always use in those fighting systems. Now, if you want to learn the fighting system, I would not suggest watching this movie because yeah, there is Muay Thai in it. Only in certain segments of the movie, like certain training segments, that's not Van Damme-ish, I think. There's also some kickboxing scenes, but that's earlier on in the movie. If you want to learn how to actually do Muay Thai kickboxing, go to a dojo that teaches it. Go online, watch videos of it, though, of people training in it. Watch training videos, rent movies, watch systems on TV, watch documentaries, or read a book. Now, all joking aside, I've trained in Muay Thai for 3 years in my hometown, and during my first year, I actually wound up buying this book online, in a sense, and coincidentally, my teacher had the exact same book. Alright? This book has details on striking, techniques. It's all the basics, but to be fair, it's all basic stuff, but sometimes the basics is all you need. And it's a good book, good read. You should read into it. So, what's the movie about exactly? Well, the movie is about Van Damme's character, whose name is Kurt Sloan. His brother's name is Eric, who's the kickboxing champion of the world. I forgot who plays his brother, but the guy who plays his brother is an actual kickboxer. Though, personally, I really could care less about that guy, considering he got his ass kicked by Don Wilson. Now, the movie starts off watching one of Eric's fights and prove that he's a force to be reckoned with, that he's a great kickboxing champion. But he's just basically showing off. All it is like, yeah, kid, I'm gonna knock his ass out in this round. You see, he knocks his ass out. And after he wins the fight, he reclaims the championship again. I don't even know how many times, because I gave up watching it at that point. Well, actually, they do see how many times he actually won, but at this point, I really don't care. It's a bad movie. But I know people out there like this movie, so it's a guilty pleasure. The movie basically starts with after Eric wins, this reporter says, "Why not go to Thailand? I hear kickboxing was invented in Thailand." Oh, kickboxing was invented in Thailand. Eric Sloan? We are going to Thailand. You go? Gee, I don't know. You know, Kurt, I don't know. Can I really take points to it? Yeah, let's do it. I'm kicking ass everywhere. Everywhere I go. Bangkok, Hong Kong, Tokyo. I'm kicking ass all over the world. Okay, time out. One, I want to know who that reporter is, because he deserves to get his ass handed to him. He deserves to get his ass kicked. He deserves to get his face stomped in. He deserves to get castrated, because kickboxing was invented in Japan, not Thailand. Fucking idiots. Okay, I understand why he said Thailand, mainly because of the fact that Muay Thai is in Thailand, but kickboxing, the actual sport of kickboxing that we know of from the 70s and 80s and in the early and most of the 90s, that system was invented over in Japan, not Thailand. Now, biggest screw up of all time with this movie trying to explain the origin of kickboxing. Now, if you really want to be completely anal and completely accurate, the movie should have took place in France, where they should have studied the fighting style of savate, which is the old school style of kickboxing. In fact, that's the first kickboxing system that was actually made. Another screw up. Wow. Anyway, they actually go straight to Thailand. Kurt Kurt and Eric, they train a little bit though. Eric does a little partying with some hookers here and there. But when it comes to the actual fight itself, well, they go to the stadium, and he's super overconfident. He asks Kurt to go get some ice. And, well, what does Kurt do? He gets the ice, but when he's in the hallway, all he hears is this in the hallway. Thoom! 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 He's like, what is that sound? Thoom! Thoom! He sees there's a door open in the hallway down the hall. He's like, goes down to it. But here's the thing. All he sees is somebody's ponytail, long-ass ponytail, by the way, just flicking back and forth. He's like, what is going on over there? He goes all the way over there, and to his shock and horror, we see Eric's opponent, the Thai champion, Tong Po. And even though I really don't like this movie, I will say this. Tong Po's introduction is fucking awesome. By the way, you're actually wondering, where's the filming sound coming from? It's Tong Po literally shin-kicking the pillar. And the pillar is a solid pillar, all right, which is somewhat, I think it's like plaster, heavy wood, and a beam holding it up. He's literally shin-kicking the hell out of it, and there's stuff falling from the ceiling because of that. No joke, he literally shin-kicks it. And what does he do when he sees Kurt standing right there in the door? Elbows it. So basically he dents it even further. Well, Kurt is horrified. He tells Eric he should call out the fight. Eric is too overconfident. It's like, bro, I got this. I can handle this guy. Then the fight comes up. What happens? Eric gets his ass kicked. Yeah, I can't even sugarcoat it. He literally gets his ass kicked, in a sense. Kurt says they should call out the fight. Eric says, no! I'm the champion! What happens? Well, he's down on the ground. Kurt throws in the towel. Tong Po kicks the towel out of the ring. And Tong Po elbows Eric right in the spinal column. If this was a real fight, he would have been disqualified and probably sent to jail for that. But this film's universe, it's perfectly legal. And the people who own the stadium is actually the Thai Mafia. And the leader of the group, well, that certain faction, his name is Freddie Lee, and he's a bastard. Freddie Lee basically says, just leave him out in the street. So they literally leave Eric out in the street. So a spectator, who's an ex-Army veteran, by the way, his name is called Taylor. What does Taylor do? Taylor helps Kurt take Eric straight to a hospital. So they go straight to a hospital. He gets, Eric gets treated, but there's a problem. Eric, his spinal column, he may never walk again. Never, ever walk again. A moment of silence for Eric's kickboxing career going down the crapper. Well, that's done. So basically, Kurt goes around and wants to fight Tong Po and get revenge, but problem is Tong Po is too well skilled in whatever the hell he's doing, because whatever it is, it's not Muay Thai, because if it was Muay Thai, he'd be fighting Muay Thai. But Tong Po, for some reason, keep this in mind, Muay Thai fighters, the way they fight, their hand position needs to stay up like this. Tong Po is like this. So I don't know what the hell he's doing. It's not Muay Thai. However, Kurt goes through a lot of gyms. They reject him. Taylor says you should forget about it. But seeing Kurt's position, he's like, you know what? You're serious about this Muay Thai shit. I know somebody who's just as crazy as I am who can probably teach you to fight. So then we are introduced to Xian Chow, who's basically the Mr. Miyagi of the movie. To be fair, with Xian Chow, he's like a love him or hate it character, so I'm just going to let the guy who plays him, pass. Because Xian Chow is somewhat lovable, but somewhat. But he's mainly kind of goofy. Think of him as a mixture between Mr. Miyagi and, well, Paul and Mickey. Think of him as a mixture between Mickey and Mr. Miyagi. Actually, now that I think about it, that's literally the weirdest mixture I've ever thought about. Whew. Literally a weird mixture. Well, basically, at first he does not want to train him, but after some trial and error, Xian decides, okay, I will train you, in a sense. And so he starts training in the Muay Thai. Kurt actually falls in love with his niece, Mai Ling, who's a real sweetheart, by the way, and she's the one who's somewhat convinced that maybe he can beat Tong Po, in a way. So we get the training montage and everything, which I'm not going to lie, I do kind of like the training montage, for the most part, and, well, there you go. Oh, sorry, a poster just fell in the background. It's off camera too, so don't worry about it. Anyway, Tong Po, basically, we see him in a couple of more fights, and exactly, he just whips the shit out of all of his opponents, no problem. Kurt is continuously training, and Xian actually makes Kurt train by kicking a tree, which is traditional Thai training. However, he has to kick a banana tree. That's traditional Thai way of tree kicking. The tree he winds up kicking in the movie is a palm tree. A palm tree? Palm tree? First of all, a palm tree may actually break his fucking leg. So I don't know what the hell he was thinking. But, movie's logic, universe, just let it go. So, basically, So the training goes back and forth. He can't kick the tree anymore, so Xian says, what about your... Basically, he tells him, get out. So, you want me to break my fucking leg? Your brother. Basically, that triggers Kurt, and he just literally kicks the shit out of the tree. Literally just kicking the tree. So he gets so enraged, he just literally kicks the tree, not realizing how much pain his leg is in a sense. Basically, he's so enraged that adrenaline is surging through his body that he's kicking the tree without mercy. Okay, I know it's the wrong tree, but it's a cool scene. It's actually one of the best scenes in the movie. He just kicks the tree until the damn thing literally breaks in half. And by the way, how thick is the tree? It's about, say, that thick. Or that thick. You know, it's somewhere around there, give or take. But he does kick it in half. So, good work. So the training continues on a bit more. He gets better and better. And so Xian decides to take him out drinking. And oddly enough, the bar they go to, Freddie Lee is there. So it doesn't make any sense. So Xian gets Kurt very, very drunk. And this leads to one of the best scenes in the entire movie, one of the iconic scenes from this movie, the Kickboxer dance. And we see Van Damme do the Kickboxer dance. If you're expecting me to get up and do the dance myself, dude, I can't dance for shit, so don't even think about it. So I can't dance. I can't. No. Anyway, he does the Kickboxer dance. However, he later gets attacked by a bunch of guys at the bar, and he beats the shit out of all of them. Next thing you know, when the scene's done, we see him go outside, and Zian is talking to Freddie Lee. It's like, wait, why are you talking to Freddie Lee? Exactly, who are those guys? Exactly. Oh, those are all Freddie Lee's fighters. Exactly. I told him that you said that they're all terrible fighters. Exactly, and you banged all their mothers. Well, why would you do that, man? Why would you do that? Oh, so you can beat the shit out of them. Well, Freddie, can he have a fight or what? Fine, he can fight somebody in my ring. Damn. All right, now you go on rickshaw. It's time for you to get the alcohol out of your system. I hate you, Zian. And so he gets an actual fight. Kirk Sloan actually gets a Muay Thai fight. He wins, of course, by literally doing nothing but kicking. No punch was thrown. He literally just kicks. And he says, I want Tong Po! And before he says that, the entire crowd yells out, Nuk Sung Kao. Now, supposedly Nuk Sung Kao means white warrior in Thai, but I'm not too sure that's what the actual meaning of the word, what white warrior means. Now, I've actually tried to look at the word in Thai on Google Translate. It sounds similar, but it's not Nuk Sung Kao, so I don't know what it is. I mean, you can Google it yourself, but I'm doubtful it's not. I highly doubt it's not Nuk Sung Kao, but whatever. Anyway, Freddie Lee decides to put Kurt against Tong Po in the old way. Now, here's where the movie kind of takes it in the ass, by breaking the traditional rules. They said that the old way is basically them dressing in some old garment clothing and fighting with broken glass wrapped around their wrists. That is bullshit. All right. Now, going back to this manual real quick. Now, you see this little sticker I have here? Well, this is the bookmark where I can actually show you something. The old way was actually considered Muay Baran, and this is what they actually wore back then. Not any of the clothing you see them in this movie. No. And you see that? They're wearing rope fists, and they have ropes wrapped around their arms. Now, I think I know possibly where the broken glass came from. At the tips of the armbands, on the tip of the strings, fighters would usually put something at the end of those strings. Say a little pebble, a good luck charm, a piece of jewelry, a family heirloom, just to give them good luck. But fighters who were very dirty put pieces of broken glass there. So every time they tossed the elbow, they would miss on purpose, and the glass would scrape the person in the eye. That's possibly where it came from. But then again, it's possibly the most likely scenario, in a sense. Seriously. This movie is supposed to show the origin of kickboxing, and it's supposed to show the origin of Muay Thai, but it doesn't. I mean, it's kind of like if you want to go see a Godzilla movie that's called Godzilla, but it's another monster, and you're watching a monster movie that's called something, and Godzilla's in it, but he's playing some other monster. I mean, can you imagine a world like that? If there was if there were movies like that? Speaking of Muay Thai, Eric gets out of the hospital. He tells Kirk not to fight, but this time Kirk's more trained than he is. But Freddie Lee wants to make sure there's some insurance. So Tong Po has Mai Lee kidnapped. He rapes her, and Freddie Lee actually winds up kidnapping Eric so that way he can lose the fight. Really playing. Wow, you are really pushing the bounds of reality there, buddy boy. Really. But how's the training go exactly? Well, Kurt is ready to fight exactly, so win or lose, he's going to give it his all, but he has to throw the fight. So Kurt gets down to the pit where they're going to do the fight. They get the broken glass, and they're ready to fight. So, and it says, and we get the fight. However, Kurt notices something during the fight. One, Zien is missing, and Taylor said he wasn't going to go because he's done with this whole BS. So, where's Zien? Zien is actually going to get Eric, exactly. And then, well, he nearly gets Eric, but later on we see Taylor return to help out Zien, and they both get Eric. Yep. So, yeah, at some point Taylor decided he was done with all this, and then he said, you know what, fuck it. These guys need my help. I'm going to help them out. So Taylor's a good guy. Good for you, Taylor. Anyway, for the first couple of rounds, Kirk actually does pretty well, exactly, but he does get his ass kicked by the second round, and he starts bleeding and everything. And then Tom Poe, for the stupidest reason, says this: "You bleed like my knee. She good fuck." Dude, you just basically just said you raped his woman. His girl's right over there, right outside the ring. He's right here on the floor, and you're doing what? You're adding insult to injury? Yes. Tom Poe, you do realize that this was a real fight, and this was set in reality, that Kurt would just get up, punch, and like literally continuously punch you in the balls, maybe rip your balls off, and then shove them down your throat, and maybe beat your face in, kind of like how, kind of like what Bruce Willis did in the movie Sin City. What's Sin City? Oh yeah, that's right, the movie didn't come out yet. Well, I'll put it this way, if anybody who was in the Van Damme situation during this movie, when that line was said, I definitely know all my friends would do horrific things to Tom Poe at this point. Like, they say, fuck my brother, they would just kill Tom Poe in the most horrific way possible in the ring. Me, personally, I just basically kick him in the balls 1,000 times. Like, literally just non-stop kicking him in the balls. Non-stop kicking in the balls. So now that Kirk knows that he's gonna go to the next round, getting ready for another ass kicking, until Eric shows up. It's like, hey, knock some cow! Knock some cow! So Kirk gets his courage back, and for some reason he has Miley take the gloves off. But why? Dude, you could easily kill him with a punch. If it was a direct punch in the jugular, boom, fight's over. How do I know this? Because Ring of Fire showed exactly why you don't kickbox or do Muay Thai with broken glass. And that movie came out a couple of years after this one did. And that was a low-budget movie. But what happens? Well, here's some fun facts for you. Kirk does the same Van Damme shit he did in Bloodsport. Just beats the shit out of him. Just punching, kicking him, smacking him in the balls, tossing him out of the ring, just straight up humiliating Tom Poe. Rather than killing him, he just straight up humiliates him and dethrones him as the champion. And one final kick to the face, and he's out cold. And Freddie Lee is right there too. And he's just shocked. And he's like, and what does Kirk do? Kicks him in the face. Instant KO. And so Kurt beats Tom Poe. Everybody celebrates. Yay, we won. Tom Poe was defeated. Kurt got his revenge. Everybody, all this happily ever after. That is until the sequel, until when we find out Tom Poe shot everybody. Yep. Spoiler alert. By the end of the movie, everybody got shot. Because they don't show it in this movie. It happens in it's announced in the second one. And yeah, there is a Kickboxer 2, by the way. So, what can I say about this movie? Yeah, it's stupid, dumb. It's not a great movie. It's unbelievably inaccurate. But a lot of people seem to like this movie. It's basically a guilty pleasure, so I can understand why people like it. I mean, when I was younger, I did enjoy this movie back in the day, but as a man who went through kickboxing for 3 years, I actually did 3 years of Muay Thai training, so I know what the actual style of Muay Thai works like. So I know how it works. I know how to do it. So seeing the origins in this one, it's like, nope. But like I said, there are good things in this movie. The music is really amazing. It's just pure great 80s music, and the scenery where they all did all the training oh my god, the scenery was so gorgeous. It is like, that was like the best thing in the movie, just watching the training sequences in the gorgeous Thailand background. Fucking amazing. The fighting, on the other hand, I mean, seriously, the movie's called Kickboxer, so you want to see kickboxing, not the same Van Damme shit. Now, all honesty, I am a Jean-Claude Van Damme fan. I mean, I do like his movies in a sense, but this one was definitely not one of his best movies in a sense. This movie was definitely riding off the hype train from Bloodsport. In fact, I can actually see that this may have been originally as a Bloodsport sequel. This I can actually understand, but no. So would I recommend this to my friends who haven't really seen any of Van Damme's movies? Yeah, I would kind of recommend it if you're really into that stuff. But as a kickboxing movie in general, what do I think of it? That's what I think of it. Well, that was my first review. If you didn't like it, that's fine. So, who knows? You may actually like the next movie I might review. Who knows? I don't know. Anyway, until next time, have a good day.